All right, guys, we have a new series. Always exciting when we got a new series. This time it's Baller Wives. It's football players and their wives. Let's get into it.
And I'm like, come on through, Cookie. I want to put my soapbox. That's basically it. Let's talk about drag and all its forms. What,
Hey guys, thanks so much for clicking on the video. This is my review for Baller Wives. This is season 1. This is episode 1. Now, I'm going to go ahead and get started because I don't want to be on here talking forever. But there's a lot. They introduced a lot of characters on this first show. And some of them, we didn't even need to meet them yet because they really didn't have anything going on. So I'm going to kind of just like tell you right from the door. The two main girls who I actually like. I like the two of them. I've actually seen them. We've seen them in Basketball Wives this past season. And that is Chiara, Vick, and her girlfriend Geneva. Samuel, you know, real sharp. They're real sharp chicks. They are. That in Geneva, I think is bad. I think she's bad. Chiara is just so very likable to me. Right away when I seen her on Basketball Wives, I was drawn to them too, and their friendship seems very genuine. They're cool and they kind of vibe. They're like the frickin' frack, like a real live frickin' frack. They were cool. I enjoyed them. But anyway, let's talk about Chiara because Chiara is basically the queen bee, okay? She's the queen bee. And we'll talk about that because there's this chick, Miko. Miko seems to have a problem with the fact that Chiara is the queen bee, but bitch, she is. It is what it is. And you can tell by the way that the show is filmed, the way that the show comes together. Baby, she's that girl. It is what it is. Suck it up. Move on. I don't think that if it wasn't for Chiara, there probably wouldn't be a show, but whatever. Okay, so Chiara Vick is the wife of Michael Vick. You all know Michael Vick. Retired football player. Retired dog fighter. You remember all that shit. They got 3 kids. 2 of them together and 1 he had before. They've been together for 14 years, but they've been married for 4 years. And I kind of, you know what? I was looking at the interaction between her and Michael, and I kind of like it. I kind of like it. I think they're very respectable of each other, as far as I can see. She listens to him, and he listens to her, and they both get each other to fuck together on certain things, and they did that in this first episode. As soon as the episode started off, you know, there was this whole little thing about Colin Kaepernick, and Michael Vick had made a dumbass comment about Colin getting his hair cut and some other shit, and it was some appropriation and all of this stuff that went into that. Well, you know, everybody jumped on Michael and tore his ass up in the media. Well, baby, Chiara wasn't no different. In the first scene, we see her, she's getting her husband thoroughly together about the comment, how he didn't think it out. He had no business saying it, and it just came across very bad. And she got him together. And it wasn't like, you know, it was very respectable. It was the way that a husband and wife should talk to each other. Same thing later on in the episode. Chiara had some girlfriends over, and they were doing some shit talking and some splattering, you know how girls do. And they were talking about the neighbor. And he got her ass to fuck together and was like, cut that shit out. You know, cut that shit out, because here it is that him and the husband are friends. And it is, you know, he's trying to keep it from causing a rift. Got her right together. You know, but very respectful. Didn't embarrass her in front of, you know, he told her right in front of her girlfriends, cut that shit, cut it. You know, it wasn't no thing of him being abusive or not. Like, it was the way that a man and a woman should actually, I don't know if they just did it for the camera or what, but what we saw, which is what is important, they have a good marriage. They communicate well. together. They listen to each other well. I was impressed. I was cool with it. If I ever decide that I want to be with somebody, that's how I want it to be. I want to be able to talk to you and you talk to me and we be cool and don't be no bullshit and don't be trying to abuse me, motherfucker, because they'll find you in the yard with your motherfucking toes turned up. But anyway, so that's Michael and Kiara Vick. I like them. I'm cool with it. I'm good with it. I ain't know how I really felt about Michael, but that's all right. I like Kiara. So Michael, we're gonna let you ride. It's cool. Okay. And also this show I think is gonna let you in to actually see Michael Vick and get a different perspective of who he actually is, because we don't really know him. All we know is what was actually in the media, and he's pretty much always gotten pretty much of a bad rap in the media. So I think this is going to actually help with how we view Mr. Vick. So that's that. That's a good thing. So let's talk about Geneva. Geneva, like I said, is a very good friend of Kiara. Real sharp. Like every time you see her, she's real sharp. She be thoroughly together. She's married to Asante Samuel, and that's her husband. He's retired as well, but now he has this whole little thing where now he wants to be a boxer. And I'm like, boy, as soon as she said it, then she went into her confessional. She was saying how, you know, she really is against the idea of him actually being in boxing. Very smart girl. Very smart. Like she said, one time getting hit the wrong way upside his goddamn head, and then I got to deal with a goddamn invalid, and I got small children to raise. Motherfucker, I ain't got time for all this bullshit. And about what? So, I understand what she was saying. I understand where she's coming from. I understand that he likes the sport, but he need to let that shit go. With his little, and then he little. He's like a thin gentleman. He's a small child. He need to let that shit go. But whatever. So we got to see all of that. Next, we seen Kelly, which is actually a friend of theirs as well. Kelly and Julius Jones. That Julius is woo, honey, he's some kind of cute. But anyway, they're together. She's a white woman, and they have 2 children together. And I just didn't know how to take her at first. I kind of looked at her, and when I first looked at her, I was like, bitch, who did that work in your face, girl? Because you can see it. I said, okay. Okay. And then she was kind of talking, and she was just so out there with it. You know, she's like, well, you know, I don't think no man will ever turn down a blowjob. And I was like, I don't know. I said, I was on the fence. I first seen her, I was like, I don't know about her, honey. Girl, I don't know about her. But later on, after some shit jumped off, and then they were back together again, and that bitch let them know. She's like, you know what, I'm from Philly. I'm a Philly chick, and I'm down for whatever. I'm a rider, bitch. If somebody fuck with y'all and we out, bitch, let's do it. I said, okay, Kelly, girl. All right, Kelly. I was sold on it. I said, all right, Kel. No problem, bitch. And then, let's talk about Miko. Miko and Brent Grimes, okay? Miko, she used to be a professional basketball player herself. That's why I kept looking at her first. I was like, kind of manly looking chick, but okay. She's a basketball. She's tall, so she's a basketball. Very pretty kids. Very cute children. She got a lot. Her background story was kind of like they start talking about her. Then there's this whole little thing about how her husband got fired from his team, all due to some shit she did in the public eye on Twitter and on the media. She got him fired. She caused all this drama on purpose to make sure that the team would fire him. And she kind of explained it, but all in all, the whole thing around it, I said, you a messy bitch, is what I'm seeing. And I said, but I'm going to hold on. I ain't going to say nothing. We're going to keep watching. And the more I watch, Miko is a messy, tall basketball playing bitch. Okay, she's messy as fuck. She has a podcast. Let me tell you, this is one of her little messes. She has a little podcast. She had Julius onto the podcast. Her questions, she jumped right in. She's asking him these questions about him being married to this white woman. And she went into this whole thing about how black women have a problem when they see him with this white woman and this, that thing. I was like, yeah, bitch, you messy. You messy. I just see it all over you. It's all across your forehead. I am a messy bitch. I said, okay. So I just kind of looked at that, but I was like, all right. I just watched it on the podcast. Like I said, I was like, all right, well, whatever. That motherfucker is cute, though. But anyway, he ended up explaining about how where he grew up, he wasn't even allowed to have a girlfriend because there was nothing but all these white girls around. And I guess his family was like, don't you bring no white bitch in here. And then he went to college. And she got her hooks in him, honey. It just was what it was. And he said it's not that he doesn't like black women. He was around white women, and he has no problem. He doesn't have a colorism issue. And he just fell in love with her. He liked her, and he made her his woman. And that's it. There ain't nothing really to talk about. And I kind of like that with your cute ass. I said, okay. Go on and defend having your white woman. But then, like I said, how white is she? Because like I said, she told you, I'm from Philly and I will beat a bitch down to the ground. So she got some little dark woman tendencies. So I said, all right. So I can see she's a down chick. And she wasn't funny acting no kind of way. When you seen her mingle, she's just a regular schmegular chick is what I saw from Kelly. At first I did, like I said, she had that work done and it was giving, I said, oh. But the way she act, regular schmegular chick. I was like, I can see how you would fall in love with her because she's just a regular girl. Whatever, it is what it is. You know, I don't do the color thing. I don't really give a fuck. I like what the fuck likes me back. But whatever. But that Miko, she's shady. And we'll just say this. Miko is very good friends with Stacey. And that brings me to Stacey. Let's talk about Stacey. Stacey Chambers, wife of Chris Chambers, retired football player. They live directly across the street from Chiara and Mike Vick. Chiara and Stacey don't have it for each other, period. They are not friends. They are not friendly. Them bitches do not like each other. I think they tried to be friends early on. They fell out about Lola. Lola is actually Michael Vick and Chiara's dog. She's a Rottweiler. And she was a puppy at the time and she chased her. And that started the whole thing. It's dumb. It's really dumb, but that started it. And then there was some other conversation about how she had literally told Chiara, don't be friends with this person, don't be friends with that person. And one of the first persons that she said it was Geneva. And now we know that Geneva the diva and Chiara are besties. So you can see where that shit went completely left, okay? So that's that. But a little background into Miss Stacey and how she got her husband. See, Mr. Chris was already married to someone else and already had a family with someone else. And he met Stacey and he started to carry on with Stacey. And then he kind of, I guess his situation was breaking up anyway. And they separated. And then he ended up taking up with her. And then he married her. And you know, the rest is history. But there's more to it. Because in the media... Okay, in the media, there was a whole thing because it got dramatic and messy. She was supposedly actually stalking the ex-wife and the children and really carrying the fuck on to the tune that Chris's ass ended up being let go from the team he was on because it had got to be such a media frenzy. So at the end of the day, Miss Stacey fits the bill of what? You all know, a messy bitch. Okay, so I laughed real quick because I said, I can see how her and Miko would be good friends. Okay, so we got all of that. Then, okay, so let's talk about these other little two people. There's two more couples that we met. There's Ty was actually over at Chiara's house for this one little sit down. Ty, she's really nobody right now, and I guess we'll meet get to see her more later. She's in the process of a divorce from a player, and they were laughing and saying they're not so sure if she actually really wants a divorce or what. So we got time. We just going to keep her over there, and I'm sure she'll probably come more into the program later on. And definitely, don't worry, you guys. This shit is going to be on TV. They will not be being canceled. This shit will be on. Trust me. And after that Basketball Wives shit, honey, I am welcoming you all. Thank you all for coming, because I enjoyed myself watching y'all's ass. Y'all are a hot ass mess. Anyway, another person is Aja Crowder and her husband Chang. Another cute motherfucker. But she called her husband a hillbilly. She said he's a hillbilly. He's real cute though, but the whole thing is, well, they didn't do or say a whole lot about them. We're going to put them over there because I'm sure we're going to revisit and see them again too. That's why I said I don't even know why they really introduced them, but whatever. We'll get to them. I'm sure we're going to see them again. Okay, so let's talk about the little situation. They were doing a little situation to clear the air, and they were out for drinks. Then we met Carmina. Carmina is a publicist, and she's good friends with Kiafa. So she's there. She's like not like another regular girl. And that's the thing when they were saying that, like, you keep hearing this thing, Kiafa thinks she's a queen. Kiafa thinks she's better than everybody. I don't see that. Like, her girlfriends, the only one that's really diva-esque that I saw is really Geneva. Is diva-ish. You know, them two, they really do remind you of Quad and Mariah in the very beginning. How they are so tight and they play off each other. But you know, you can see that they could be messy if they want to, but it's kind of a little thing they do. They remind you really a lot of Mariah and Quad and why people liked Mariah and Quad together. So that's the vibe that I actually get from them. That's the best way I can explain it. And I hope that they don't end up where Mariah and Quad ended up at. You know what I mean? But definitely very likable. Very likable. But anyway, so I don't get the whole thing about Kiafa thinks she's this, that, thing, and the other. I just think she's just cool, you know, but whatever. Okay, y'all leave it in the comments. Tell me what y'all think. I know y'all will. Anyway, so here we go. We got the whole thing. Stacey gets there. Stacey's energy is off. From the door, she's not very likable. She's kind of one of them evil bitches, and you can kind of see it in her. And it was funny because when I didn't want to judge without really seeing what was going on. But even when I saw, like, they were showing newspaper clippings and different things from the media when all her drama was going on about her stalking and all that, and you can see in the pictures that bitch's eyes was dancing and shit. I said, she don't seem quite right. Then I see a little conversation where her and Miko sitting, and I was like, ooh, I'm going to be watching you. You know, so that was that. But anyway, so she shows up. Kiafa and Stacey start talking, and Kiafa was very much trying to put it on the table, trying to squash what it was. And she says, you know, I want, you know, the real thing about the dog and that, and I really understand when you say that you're scared of dogs, and I respect that. That's fine. I understand. This, that, thing, and the other. Now, keep in mind, this was months and months ago. And she says, but you know, when I came over to your house and I knocked on the door and I apologized for Lola. And then Stacey stops her and says, you never came to my house. You did not come to my house. You sent your daughter and then your aunt and your husband and this one and that one came, but you never came to my house. And I'm sitting there and I'm like, okay, I'm confused. So are you saying that Kiafa's a lying bitch or what? What's going on? So you see Geneva sitting over there and that ass thing got real antsy like a diva would do. She can't keep her mouth shut. So she's sitting over there and she's just bouncing. And I said, okay. And as we start going on, so then you start seeing Kiafa and then you see Kiafa in a confessional. She's like, nah, I start questioning my goddamn self. Like, wait a minute, is this bitch? Did I go knock on the bitch's door? Or did I not? No, I distinctly remember knocking on this bitch's door and apologize. I got an aunt, like I tell y'all all the time, I got an aunt like this. This bitch will rewrite history right in your face and swear that you supposed to follow her down that road that she going, bitch, lying like a motherfucker. Totally rewriting history. And this is what Stacey was doing. Geneva jumped in and was like, stop. It's like, seriously, Stacey, stop. She fucking came to your house. You know, I know it for a fact and apologize for you. I don't know where you going with this shit here. I don't know what you're doing. But the next thing you know, baby, it was Geneva versus goddamn Stacey, baby. And it got real quick, real cute. Woo! I said, oh my God, Eddie. Next thing I know, they're going back and forth. Geneva's like, bitch, you're a stripper, bitch. You're a stripper, you're a fucking stalker, bitch. Ain't nobody thinking about you, bitch. And this, that, and the other. And then she blurts out, bitch, you fucked my husband. My husband fucked you in a car in the parking lot at a motherfucking strip club, bitch. I said, oh, my goodness. So that whole thing came out. Then they're going back and forth. And she literally denied it. She denied it, that had even happened. Meanwhile, Miko confirmed that it actually her good girlfriend. Miko done confirmed it basically in her confessional that the shit did go on, but the shit happened so long ago. That was 10 years ago. Before they even got together. Okay, but it happened. Getting fucked in a car is getting fucked in a car. It wouldn't matter if it was yesterday or back in 1972. If you had your pussy busted open in a car, it got busted open in a car. Only a slut gets her pussy busted open in a car in the parking lot in a goddamn strip club. It is what it is. Then some shit, and then tell me, did y'all catch this? When they were breaking them all up and separating everybody out, some shit flew out there about she fucked his brother too. I said, ooh, wait a minute. Wait one goddamn minute, Miss Stacey. Now, you don't need to be arguing with nobody. You need to shut up and try to fade into the background, bitch. And I don't give a fuck how many years ago it happened. Brothers, parking lots, pussy bust open. No, ma'am. No, ma'am, Pam. You don't need to argue with nobody. Just shh. Be quiet. Be the wife. Be who you are now. Because your past is fucking you up, girl. Leave that shit alone. That bitch sat up there and denied all that shit. Then told her, she said, honey, I wouldn't sleep with your husband. Look at your husband. Your husband's dirty and he's at least not even my type. That rewriting history shit. Now, he ain't your type, but he done bust your pussy wide open at the strip club. I said, girl, no, ma'am, Miss Stacey. So I done side-eyed the fuck out of Miss Stacey. I said, So then we go to commercial. Because we only halfway through the program. I said, what kind of shit is this? Child turns around. We go back in 8 months later. Stacey and Chris, or they're getting an ultrasound. She about ready to give birth. She pregnant. She was pregnant when that shit went down. They went on, talked about all that. I said, oh my gosh. And then here's something. This is the first time we got to see Chris. Chris didn't sit well with me. Because at that point, I saw Mr. Chris involving himself into that woman's shit. And he was kind of leading on and saying like him and Mike's relationship had become strained because his wife keeps coming at his wife and he don't never see his wife going at her. I don't see you doing that to Kiafa, but Kiafa keeps coming at you. You know, this, that thing and the other. And he seemed a little bothered. And for me, he seemed a bit petty because what man is falling out with another man because their wives don't get along? We ain't, child, that ain't how men do things. Men stay out of it and they handle their bitch. That's what they do. They handle the bitch that's on their side. They don't start fighting with each other about that shit. They try to keep the peace between their women and then that. But when he made the comment, I don't want to have to step in and do what? Because I know you ain't you want to step in and be fucking with Kiafa. Like, you out of order. Like, come on now. We don't want Michael to be back in the motherfucking news about stringing you up about fucking with Kiafa. You know, I'm like, he ain't sitting right with me. I don't know. We're going to give him a chance. Maybe it just came across bad. I don't know. I ain't like it. It just sounded like some petty old punk shit to me. I was like, you need to stay the fuck out of it. If them bitches want to argue and fight, let them. And it's just bullshit because you're saying that she does this, she does that. All you know basically is what the fuck Stacey's telling you. And we've already proven that Stacey's a lying bitch. And when they ended up having there was this other party that they actually was putting together. And Miko, this is when we really see Miko was a messy bitch. Miko was all of a sudden, she's the advocate for Stacey. She was out for a bowling trip with the kids and stuff with Geneva because she's friends with Geneva. And she's steady talking this, you know, it's all these issues. She got these issues with Kiara and this, that, and the other, and Stacey and blah, 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 blah about Stacey. And you could definitely see that she's taking Stacey's side about the shit and all of this. And I'm like, you messy. You need to stay the fuck out of it too. And in the confessional, Geneva picked up on it, was like, you know, Miko don't need to be putting herself in the midst of this. She needs to let that go. She don't need to be in the middle of me and Stacey and all that. She need to leave that alone. You know what I mean? So, and she kind of was like, indirectly kind of like blaming Geneva about the stuff. Like she's trying to like talk down to Geneva, like Geneva was petty about not being friends with Stacey. Like, fuck Stacey. Stacey fucking other people's husbands and denying it. Anybody got time for her. But anyway. So we go through all of that. So here we go. They're having this rooftop. It's a rooftop party. They go to the rooftop party. Oh, and in the midst of all that, this is where I was going to say. I was going to say, I almost forgot. I'm talking too long. It's like 25 minutes. I don't believe that Kiara was fucking with Stacey. So we're talking 8 months. Kiara didn't even motherfucking know that Stacey was pregnant. And the bitch lives across the street. So how much do she really fuck with Stacey, really? Bitch, you about ready to shit that baby out your ass. And she didn't even know you was pregnant. So tell me, really, how much do she really fuck with you? Bitch, you rewrite history and lying again. That's what I see. But anyway, okay. Who am I? I don't live on that street. But whatever. Seems to me like when Miss Kiara don't fuck with a bitch, she really don't fuck with him. But anyway, she busy. She's booked. She on her Kelly Price shit. Anyway, so let's go on. So go to the rooftop party. Now, leading up to the rooftop party, you see Stacey. Stacey that told her husband how she, you know, meanwhile, remember, she 8, 9 months pregnant. Talking about how she going to approach them. She going to tell them this, that, and the other. And he ain't even stop her from that. That's why I said, So, Mr. Chris, I don't know about you. It's this pregnant motherfucker over here talking about arguing and fussing with people. But you ain't even got enough sense to tell her, bitch, don't do it. Whatever. Anyway, so you keep seeing her about how she gonna do this, she gonna do that. So when they come into the rooftop party, everybody's having a great time. You see Miko, some other broad, and then you see Stacey come up. They're over on another table. They got nothing but confusion and conflama on the mind, okay? They over there, you see, they already gearing up with the bullshit. The other ones are paying them motherfucking dust. Do you understand me? Dust. Having a great time, taking drinks, this, that, thing, and the other. Now, let me say this. That motherfucking Stacey was sharp as a motherfucker at that rooftop party, okay? The little maternity get up, and she had like this black cape, and it was very goth. Her outfit was very goth, and her makeup was really dark. And some thigh, but that pregnant bitch was cleaner than a motherfucker. I said, girl, now you done did that. She's a cute girl. She really is a cute girl. But, you know, it's unnaturally cute. She's like a cute girl, period. I wasn't all, you know, thrown with how she, like I said, how Geneva be clean, be sharp. She got a fashion sense to her. Not so much on Stacey, but Stacey was cleaning the motherfucker at that goddamn rooftop party. Clean, 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 clean. But anyway, so they over there, and right away, and I'm like, who are these girls? These girls, these are not your first, but you're 9 months pregnant. You're sitting there 8, 9 months pregnant, and they're not telling you don't fuck with the people. They're like, are we going over here? Come on, bitch, let's go on over here. They all about it. And y'all go over and y'all start right away. They're, you know, with the fake highs and stuff. Hey, girl, hey, what's going on? First person, Carmina. Carmina was like, hey, Stacey, how you doing, babe? And she gonna say, the dry hair bitch just spoke to me. Start right up. Just right up. And Kiara was like, hey, you know, to them and everything. And they were saying, oh, you know, it's good to see you, this and the other. And Kiara being funny. She said, you like my dress? And that motherfucker Stacey said, no, we don't. No, we don't. And it got started from there. And she just kept, when I tell you, Kiafa was completely a lady. She was really ignoring her, and you can see her in her confessional. She said, "I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to be arguing." She said, "I keep my husband in the forefront at all times. My husband wouldn't want me out here yelling and screaming and arguing and acting a motherfucking fool with this bitch, especially not in her condition. Because see, I'm prone to whoop her motherfucking ass. So I'm just going to just take the high road." And then she really did. I don't even know how she did it. The girl called her dog face, and there's some more shit. She was really being disrespectful, putting her hand in her face and shit. I was like, child, trust me, there would have been a baby birth. I said, I don't know nothing about birthing no babies, but I'm getting ready to learn, because I would have knocked Stacey the fuck out. Put her hand all in her face and shit, and Geneva wasn't quite so quiet. You know, Geneva was like, bitch, you know. But she was really coming for Kiafa, you know what I mean? I was like, this is too much. And Kiafa was like, girl, girl, you're the devil, girl. And it seems as though you haven't taken your medicine tonight. And honey, she said, tell your mother to take her medicine, bitch. And she said, my mother's dead, sweetie. That bitch turned around and looked at her and said, is she good? I said, oh, baby. And that's when they cut the commercial. And I said, child, cut the commercial, cut the commercial. Just they cut to the commercial, and it basically faded out and went off there. It needed to go off. Child, they got me hooked in. I need to see what the fuck else is going to happen, because I don't understand that one, bitch. Your mother's dead. Is she good? And right there, I'm going to leave this alone until next Monday. I ain't even got to tell y'all what I think about that. Your mother's dead. Good? Bitch, please. Y'all leave it down in them comments how y'all felt about this new show, Baller Wives. Honey, that Miss Stacey is a piece of work, honey. But she be a piece of beat up, pregnant bitch work, honey. That's horrible. You can't be saying shit like that to people. Pregnant or not. You don't tell nobody their mother's dead. Good. Bye. Next week, y'all. Bye.